one of the big new trends is vaginal rejuvenation, and more specifically laser vaginal rejuvenation and designer laser vaginoplasty. And that's something that we brought from Beverly Hills to South Florida. There are two types of vaginal rejuvenation. There's external vaginal rejuvenation and internal vaginal rejuvenation. External vaginal rejuvenation is really more concerning the cosmetic appearance of the outside of the structures. Sometimes people have asymmetry, sometimes people feel uncomfortable when they're in tight clothing. We really oftentimes are just there to kind of make things look a little bit prettier. As far as internal vaginal rejuvenation, that is usually more for women who've had multiple children, who are feeling that the structures inside are not quite as strong and don't have as much support, they're not as tight as they were in the past. Sometimes that can affect sexual gratification. A lot of times the women just don't feel much sexual gratification because they don't have a sensation of tightness or fullness or support of the pelvic floor. Other times people can have a small amount, they can lose a little bit of urine if they're coughing or if they're laughing, and we can repair that as well. The other thing is that we're using the laser, and the real big difference between using the laser and the other techniques is that the laser, it's an almost bloodless procedure. It makes very clean incisions, and there's less damage to the tissues around the incisions, so things heal faster, the scarring is less. It's a definite improvement over the more traditional techniques. The other thing that we're doing is actually the G-shot. The G-spot is an anatomical structure. It really does exist. It's about 2 to 3 inches inside on the anterior wall of the vagina. It feels a little bit like the roof of the mouth. It's got a little bit of a different texture. And in 87% of women, when we inject a small amount of a filler, very similar to the fillers that we would inject in the face, we make that area a little bit more prominent. In about 87% of women, they'll actually have more gratification, though there's an 87% satisfaction rate with that. It basically helps women identify that region a little bit more easily.